Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, Cooking with KP, and today I'm going to show you how to make a two-stage or a two-step beautiful pulled pork, right? Nice smoky pulled pork. We're going to be doing this a little bit different. Alright, here I've got 2.9 kilos, 3 kilos of pork shoulder. I'm going to remove the skin. I've just bought that from my local supermarket. If you want to buy it from your butcher, unskinned, you can. Taking the skin off, left the fat on. Alright, so all we have to simply do now is we need to truss this back up. We're going to be doing a butcher's knot, and I'm not going to show you how to do the butcher's knot. There are plenty of videos on YouTube on how to do the butcher's knot, and it's not that hard to do, especially with if you've got MS like I do, and your fingers and your hands and everything else does what it wants to do and not what you want it to do. But it's not a hard knot to do at all, and all we're simply going to do is truss this back up, tie it back up the way it sort of was when it was covered in all that netting that sometimes the butchers use, definitely the supermarkets do use. Alright, so we're just going to tie that up again like I am doing right there, and it's not very hard to do. A little bit of practice will help. If you are not sure on how to do the knot, as I said, get on YouTube, learn how to make it. If you want to practice, just get a tea towel or something like that, and that will simulate your piece of pork on how to do it. Right, so there we are. We've got our first knot done. We're going to need a few more. I'm going to trim off some of this excess string, okay, just like that, and all we have to do is keep going on. So if you think butchering is hard, it is not. Just take your time, and everything will work out in the end. Let's make up a brine. Right, I'm going to add in about 2 to 3 tablespoons worth of salt and about 3 tablespoons worth of brown sugar. Yep, people say don't use brown sugar in a brine. I say why not? This gives you a real nice caramel type sort of flavor. 2 liters of apple juice, right? Just a 100%, 99% apple juice. Buy that from the supermarket. We're going to put a little bit of that in, and we're going to stir that salt and brown sugar in until it is dissolved, and this is going to give us quite a nice, beautiful, sweet flavor to our pork. All right, we're going to put our pork into our brine. As you can see, it is not completely covered. Put in the remainder of your apple juice just like that, and in all honesty, you should probably cover that completely with liquid. I got a bit lazy, and I just covered 3/4 of it, so 3/4 of it ended up being brined into a container in the refrigerator overnight. Let's make up a rub, and our rub is really simple. It's going to be so a tablespoon's worth of fresh coriander, about a tablespoon's worth of ground cumin. Look, if you want all the ingredients, it will be at the end of the video in detail as to what I put into my rub. I'm putting that into an old spice container, and that way it's got a little shaky thing on the top, and I'm going to add in some black pepper, of course, but this is a really nice mild rub, and we're not going to need much in the way of salt at all for this one. Alright, put the lid on that, and we're just going to give that a shaky shake and mix all of our ingredients together. Use the rub of your choice at the end of the day. We've taken out our pork shoulder, or pork butt as they call it in the US, and we're going to start liberally putting our rub all over the top and get that into every nook and cranny that we possibly can. I'm not going into a lot of detail in this video because, look, I'm giving you the basic idea and the fundamental and techniques of how this is done. So as I said, use the rub of your choice, and just make sure we get everything covered, right? And that brine is amazing, believe me. Alright, we've got that all rubbed up. Make sure we get the ends as well, okay, and we're getting ready to start getting a little bit of salt over the top, just where the fat is. It's going to help bring that fat down a little bit, and in the meantime, After we've done this, we need to get some heat happening, some action happening, some smoke happening. I'm using about only half a chimney's worth of some charcoal briquettes. That's all we're going to need for this dish. Okay, I'm going to put that into our smoke box, or our hot box of our smoker. This is an offset smoker, of course, and because it's only 4 degrees outside, we're not going to try and cook the whole pork butt, pork shoulder on the smoker. It's just going to be an absolute waste of fuel. Alright, our fires are up and lit. I'm going to put that pork straight onto my smoker like that, sort of towards the chimney. I'm not going to put it close to the box at all. And in the meantime, I've got all this leftover marinade, which is going to make an absolutely amazing cooking liquor. Alright, it's going to really make a nice tender piece of pork. I'm going to reduce that down, make sure we get that boiling for at least 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to put that straight into my slow cooker. I told you this was a couple of steps in cooking, but it is definitely worth it. Alright, doing this in batches so we don't end up with over boilage. I'm going to add in about 3 tablespoons worth of a good quality soy sauce that can go in. We're going to bring that up to a bit of a boil. I'm going to throw some applewood chunks straight on top of those little briquettes, and I'm going to use about 2 rounds of that. I'm going to smoke that 100 degrees Celsius for about 2 hours, and look at the color on that. That smoke flavor has permeated that meat, and it is going to be perfect. I'm going to throw in a couple of cloves of garlic into our slow cooker. That is off at the moment. That liquid has cooled down somewhat, and we're going after a little bit of a different sort of flavor. 1 cinnamon stick can go in. We're going to put in our pork just like that, rub and all, and I'm also going to add in 2 whole peeled onions. That will go in, and that's just going to add some flavor. We're not going to need that at the end. We're going to start cutting that string off and pulling it through. Look, it won't pull through straight away. Cut that, leave that for about 45 minutes on low, and that string will pull straight out quite nicely. I'm going to cook that for about 4 to 5 hours, and before I do that, I'm going to put that skin that we cut off fat side down. That fat is going to render down into the meat really nicely. It's going to add just a really nice juiciness to it. We've removed the string, we've done all of that, and now it's just time to pull our pork apart. Let's get a couple of forks, pull that apart, and in hindsight, I would have liked to have cooked this for about 8 hours in the slow cooker, and but look, this works out just absolutely fine. Just take your time, just be nice and careful, and before you know it, you'll have some nice pulled pork that we're going to make a whole bunch of recipes out of. This one, we're going to put that onto a bun, a little bit of slaw, couple of fries on the side, and there you go. You got KP's 2-step pulled pork. Love to see you try and make this one at home if you can. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button. It gives me confidence, should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Hit that notifications bell. You'll be notified every time a new video goes up. Share this video with all your friends on all platforms of social media. We are trying to get Noma KP's Kingdom out there. Leave a comment. Love reading. Love responding to them. In the meantime, you want to learn how to make a cheats barbecue like this one without having to spend a ton of money on fuel, you need to come and join the family, my family. Hit the subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. Off to eat my first stage of this 2-stage pulled pork, and I will catch you next time for the next video. Alright,